I didn't mean to.
Sorry, I didn't mean to either. I just did it.
Welcome, guys, to August Movie Reviewer. Today we've got a very special guest for you. We have the one, the only, Derek.
AKA Husky.
Husky, how are you doing, my man?
So I'm doing great, Just focusing on the future.
So for a bit of context, I met you in middle school, I believe it was. We went to the same middle school, same bus. And so why don't you tell me a bit about those days? Like,
things were definitely different for sure.
Very.
Like, it was a very depressing time for me, I guess. So I don't know. I'm just glad to be where I'm at today now, though.
Where you're at today.
Yeah.
And middle school, I did want to talk about a bit of the things from there. Do you remember the YouTube channel Nerds Timed?
Yes.
Yes. And Neglected Paradox?
Yes, I do.
What can you tell me about that?
Wasn't one of them with one of our old friends, Jacob?
Yeah, we had Jacob in
Yeah,
there.
I remember that.
No, shouts out to Jacob, though.
I mean, it was so far, in the past. I really don't remember much of it, but I do, remember it. You know what I mean?
But there was one particular video on that channel, and the reason I brought it up is there's an old video of you singing on that channel.
Oh, my God.
So, your music career, your interest in music goes way back. Is that fair to say?
It predates middle school.
Middle school.
I've been really into music since probably around 3rd or 4th grade. I actually play 7 instruments. So.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that in a bit. Right now we're focusing on some older stuff. But yeah, middle school. So that was obviously a much more depressing time for you. Can you tell me a bit about why that was so? Why those early years were a bit more down in the dumps?
Well, it's I don't know. Things were, kind of dysfunctional with my mom back then. I mean, things are great now. Me and her, we have a great relationship.
Yeah.
Back then, I don't know, we really didn't have, the best connection. And, I was really close to my dad either like that, so.
Yeah.
I was just kind of, isolated. On top of, I don't know, being bullied a lot throughout elementary school and a little bit throughout middle school is, I don't know. Yeah. But it's the second I got into high school, though, everything changed.
Yeah. And so, if you don't mind me focusing a bit more on that early stuff, so I guess, how does that factor into the music you make? Is that early part, what, do you get held back by the past, or are you more of a present tense guy?
I tend to get held by the past, actually. One of my biggest inspirations for making music was my father. And, like I said, we didn't have, a close connection.
Yeah.
So it's whenever I did get to see him, he'd always tell me stories about, his old band and, he'd show me his CDs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's just always something that I really like doing. And plus, it's, a great outlet to express, who you are as a person and, what you're feeling. Because, 99% of the music that I create it comes from a very, very real place. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Some people listen to it and be like, "Oh, you're just making sappy, sad music." A lot of people tend to realize when people create art like that, it's an expression of themselves.
Totally. And on that note of the art you create, so. I remember there was a time when you were more into the Slipknot kind of nu metal stuff, and so how did you kind of settle down with rap, hip hop? Why was that the direction you took?
Well, growing up, I was heavily influenced by alternative metal and metal music. Then I got into high school, I started going around my dad a lot more, and then I got more influenced by rap. And plus, I personally felt when I was listening to that metal music, it was clearly coming from, an angry place for me.
Yeah.
When I kind of, made that switch, I don't know. I just seen, a lot more beauty in the art.
Yeah.
And I'm not, disrespecting, any of the metalheads or all metalheads, I still love, rock music and all that, but...
No, I still do see some of that in your music. You had some guitar on some of your newer songs. Mm-hmm. And one from Wyatt in the audience.
Would you say that Wham or George Michael has influenced your music career?
No, but I have some great memories with you.
Yeah, no, tell us a bit about some Wham and George Michael.
So anyways, right? This started what? Sophomore year of high school?
I think so.
Anyways, so his dad would give me a ride to school every morning and mom would pick us up. Whenever my mom would pick us up, we'd always play Last Christmas by George Michael's. Yeah. And like one day we were driving, right? And the volume was down, so I grabbed the knob, I just twisted, and my mom almost fucking wrecked the car. I swear to God.
Yeah,
swear to God.
You would like sing along to that, yeah?
Oh hell yeah! I'd do more than just sing along. I'd roll down the windows and start singing to strangers.
Yeah. Okay. One thing I gotta ask though: do you think in your lifetime you've sung more Last Christmas or more of your own songs, like cumulatively, like if you had to tally it up?
Definitely like more of my own music, because like.
What about one specific song?
Which one?
Just like pick one of your songs.
Like what's the song of yours that you've probably performed the most?
I'd have to say, Don't Forget What Happens Last Time, or Don't Forget What Happened Last Time.
Yeah, one of your big ones.
Yeah, well, it's not necessarily a big one yet. I just recently dropped it not that long ago, but I feel like that song has like, I don't know, it has a very powerful meaning, I guess.
Mm.
That's probably one of the realest songs that I've ever made, other than like Broken Hearts Club.
Yeah. No, but realness, authenticity, that's what your music's all about.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I guess one thing, that, of course, leads me to ask, what's your life like? What do you do that inspires this music from you?
So me personally, the reason why like I actually wanted to make music in the first place, like why I actually started recording was, when I actually discovered what rap was, it brought me out of such like a dark place, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And it's like, I want to be able to influence people like that, you know?
Yeah.
My whole goal in life, I've always wanted to help people. My whole goal is to at least, help 10 people with whatever shit they're going through.
Yeah.
Just, let people know, like, hey, you're not alone. Other people feel the same way you do, And it's like, it's a great community.
Yeah. And who are some of those early rappers who, like, really lit the fire under your ass to get, like, going?
So, like, my earliest exposure was probably, like, Eminem, Lil Wayne, The Game, like, those older rappers.
Yeah, like the kind of late 90s, early 2000s
but more like, more of my influences now, I would say, is, like, Lil Peep, X, Juice, Mac Miller.
Oh, yeah. No, so...
And a part of the reason why, like, those people inspire me so much is because, like, I feel like we lived somewhat similar lifestyles. We're from different places, we've done different shit, but it's like, I see what's happening to these people, and I'm like, damn, like, I could have ended up like that if I didn't change my life, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, I can't imagine most of, if not all of the people you just listed being dead at this point is like, does that worry you at all ever? Like,
I mean...
fuck, what if I go too far?
No, not really. Growing up, I always had, like, this really fucked up idea that, like, I wouldn't live to be old. Which, to be honest, I don't want to live to be old.
Like, what would you say, real quick? What's, like, the oldest you would want to live to?
Say probably, like, 27 to 30.
27, 30-ish is about when we're capping off.
Yeah. I mean, like, I might live longer. Who knows? But, like, it's just, like, this eerie feeling I've always had.
Yeah.
Like, something's bound to happen. I mean, a lot of shit has happened between, like, car crashes, ODing, all that.
Oh, let's get into that then. Like, what's some, like, personal, just, like, crazy shit that's happened to you?
So, back when I had dropped out of high school, which I re-enrolled, by the way, but,
yeah.
When I dropped out of high school the first time, I was in such a fucked up place in my mind because I felt like, I had nobody, no family, all my friends started looking at me differently because of the people I associated with.
Yeah.
It kind of just, like, really fucked with my head, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I just really, really fell into, like, the drug scene. And I ended up ODing, like, 2 to 3 times.
Yeah.
And, like, my heart has stopped beating twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and recently I decided to make a change because I had this really like weird, vivid dream. It was like I wasn't even sleeping. Like I had just closed my eyes and there was a movie playing in my mind. And it's like, where would I be if I, didn't make the changes that I made,
And what were some of those changes you made to like course correct almost?
I mean, I stopped doing mostly, every hard drug. I only like, smoke, drink a little, but like nothing like too hectic no more. Like
no,
back in the day I used to like abuse like some pretty heavy substances.
Like what do you stick now to mostly?
Just weed and alcohol.
Weed and alcohol? Got it. And like for reference, how hard were you getting like
with drugs?
With drugs, yeah.
I feel like at one point in time, I was doing like probably $1,100 worth of blow like every day on top of like 20-ish Xanax.
Every day?
Every day, yeah. For like a year and a half, 2 years straight.
Yeah, and how did you like afford that, if I may ask?
Just hustling, I guess.
Just hustling?
Yeah, but I don't do that shit no more, to be honest with you.
What?
I found my peace,
Yeah,
where I'm at now, I'm pretty happy and like very content with it. So I don't really see need to do it no more.
Yeah, no.
I mean, the whole reason for me doing that shit was so I could get fucked up.
What? Oh yeah. And now that you don't need to get fucked up, you don't need.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel it. And like, what was hustling like for you? Was that was that something you enjoyed? Was it was it dangerous? Like, what kind of characters did you?
It could definitely get like very dangerous. I mean, most of the people like they're pretty cool, like they get it, but like you still got some of those people who get like really greedy and like I don't know.
And was there any specific sort of hustling you did? Like, what was the hustle, if I may ask?
I'd rather not speak on it.
All right. No, that's totally cool, man.
Yeah.
I get it. This is some heavy shit.
Yeah,
but...
very heavy. And then my first house ended up getting raided too when I was like 16.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I was emancipated, so I moved out of my mom's house, into my grandma's house. My dad was living there at the time, and he had his own substance abuse problems. Like I don't know, he started to like take his anger out on me, I guess.
Yeah.
But I ended up moving out on my own, and clearly that wasn't a great idea at all.
No, because that kind of got you into your own spiral of stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of moving, can you tell me about some of the places you've lived? Because you're a guy who's been kind of... Everywhere, all about, yeah.
I lived in Iowa for the first 9 years of my life before moving here. Mm-hmm. Just last year, during last winter, I was in Wisconsin for like 6 months, and I ended up staying in Minnesota for like 3 weeks, and then in South Dakota for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's getting pretty hectic. And then here coming up, like I said at the beginning of the new year, I'm gonna be going between Arizona, California. I'm gonna take a trip to Hawaii.
And what are you gonna be doing in these places? Because I know you mentioned some solar panels.
Yeah, I'd be selling solar panels, but like that's not the main reason why I'm going. The main reason why I'm going is because it's a bigger city, more exposure. I can meet like a lot more like bigger people in the music industry. Which I have been doing.
Yeah.
We talked about that earlier, which is mind-boggling.
Like, yeah, just for reference, like, who are some of the people, who are some of the bigger guys recently who have at least given you, like a look, a little peek?
So, there's this one guy, I'll look up his username. Anyways,
No, take your time.
Anyways, he has, like, 69,000 followers on Instagram, and he's followed by Cole Bennett, who shoots music videos and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I knew the name, and he's done some big stuff.
I ended up DMing him and also sending him an email. I mean, me and this DJ have been talking about this, DJ Caleb.
Yeah, DJ Caleb.
Anyways, yeah, I'm talking to him about, doing some music shit, especially for, like, when I start actually performing live. I'm gonna need, like, a DJ in the back to, like,
to, like, switch the tracks and all that good stuff.
But yeah, no, I hit him up and I asked him if he could put me in contact, whatever. And we've just been talking about it, nothing too crazy. Because I do first need to save up money to
actually get to those places, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like, my whole, like, flight out there is going to be free.
Oh, nice.
It's provided by the company, which I'm very lucky I have very close friends in that company.
Yeah, oh, totally. Actually, after this, I'll have to show you someone I'm in contact with.
All right.
Little B, ever heard?
I have not.
No, okay. Lil B, never mind. Anyway, point being, so let's get on with some of the people you're in contact with. In your current music, you've got a lot of collaborations. Can you tell me about some of the people you've kind of linked up with in the underground scene?
I mean, one of the main people, which, like, this person, like, inspired me to really push me to make music. Like, I've always been into music, but I never really thought about recording it. Up until, I met my producer, and it sucks that we're going through this little, like, fight, I guess. Hopefully it gets cleared up, but, like, if not, it's whatever. I mean, most collectives do end up going their separate ways. So.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but it happens.
But, I mean, like, I wouldn't be who I am or, what I'm doing today if it wasn't for him.
Yeah.
So, very thankful for that.
Yeah. Speaking on your producer, like, what kind of music influences, like, not necessarily the lyrics and writing, but, like, the beats? Do you know what goes into those?
So, I mean, we get beats from a few different sources. Sometimes people just send us beats, other times we'll go on, like, YouTube or SoundCloud and just pick, like, a free for profit beat.
Yeah.
So, something that's, like, generally accessible to the public, which, I mean, like, I do want to get into, like, having, like, beats that are specifically made for me.
Yeah.
Just for them to be unique. But, I mean, for the time being, like, it's worked.
Yeah, for the time, it's just like, well, it's here. It fits with what I want to get into, and
yeah, and up until I can actually, like, reach my goal of where I want to be, like, I'm just
Absolutely.
I'm going with what my best options are.
All good, and let's now get into some of the lyrical content, because I'm sure you're excited to talk about that.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of topics do you go for in your music? What appeals to Derek? Not Husky, but Derek, the essence, the core.
So, I feel like me personally, like, I try my best to give out good vibes. Like, I have a really hard time, like, discussing how I really feel about shit, and, like, what's going on inside my head. So, I always, just smile, tell everybody I'm okay, whatever. Don't worry about me, you live your own life. But when it comes to that music, like, I touch on those dark subjects I don't talk about.
Yeah.
Because I need to get it out,
Like, what sorts of dark subjects?
Subjects on things like suicide, substance abuse, alcohol abuse, some of it, pertains to, like, my father's recent passing, a lot of my friends who have, recently died. Yeah, so I feel like, that's, like, my main source of my content.
And some of it, comes from that roughness in your life, right? And
which is why I think it's, like, so hard for people to understand, like, how real my music is, because I don't talk about those feelings other than in my songs.
Yeah.
So,
like, do you almost think that because the people who know you as, like, just, like, how would you describe how you present yourself to people? Like,
I feel like me personally, like, I think I'm a pretty funny person, but, like, that's just, me not being narcissistic.
Yeah. No, it's totally, we're fine to be narcissistic.
I try my best to, like, just keep good vibes wherever I'm at. And I mean, like, I do take certain shit very seriously. Like, I'm a very respectable person. Like, I do like to crack jokes. Whatever, but, like, when it comes to actually respecting somebody, if somebody, like, disrespects me, that's just some shit I can't tolerate, like, at all.
Yeah, no like, disrespect.
Because it's like, the second you allow somebody to disrespect you like that, it just shows, everybody that, like, it's okay to do it. So, like, if you let it slide once, and it's just going to keep happening over and over again, so you got to catch it.
You got to quash that disrespect.
Yeah. I mean, like, luckily, like, not too many people in my life have disrespected me like that, which I'm very thankful for. I feel like the people I choose to surround myself with, especially now, are very like outgoing and helpful people to like me as a person. I'm not saying like, you know, they give me handouts or whatever, but like, you know, if I'm going through some shit, or like if I need to get out the house for a minute, you know, you know, breathe, get outside, you know, like I do have people who actually care about my well-being, which is really nice, because you know, a lot of the people from my past, you know, when I was telling you about how I was doing all that shit, they really didn't care.
Yeah, they kind of like fair weather friends almost. Like when things are good, they're there. When they're not, they're gone.
Exactly.
And you're all about those people who are like there for you at all times.
Absolutely. I'm a firm believer of like, me personally, I don't feel like I have friends. I have family, because friends, you know, they always backstab you and leave.
Yeah.
So the people I surround myself with, I know like inside and out. I know for like a fact I can trust them.
So yeah, family, that's a big part of your life.
Yeah, and especially like considering like, you know, how I told you like growing up I really didn't have a family.
Yeah.
I kind of just like built my own in a way, you know.
And on the subject of family, would you ever want kids yourself? Or?
Yeah, actually I would. In my mind, it might sound a little fucked up to say, but like I just want to like prove to myself I could be a better father than my dad. Which like I'm not making it a competition, but it's like I want to be able to like pass the torch on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just be able to watch someone evolve.
So like, and I mean, I'm sure like just being out there and doing it is fun for you, but like having a kid who you helped push in that direction, that's also satisfying.
Exactly. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, kids have always been like a big thing for me though. I've always wanted kids.
Always wanted kids?
Always, yeah.
And have you ever had a lady who you've liked to like, oh, maybe she could be the one, or what are the ladies like with you?
Twice. Well, I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. As of right now, like, you know, I'm single. I just got a really fucked up relationship, which I was telling you about.
Yeah.
Some really fucked up shit happened. My ex ended up cheating on me with my old roommate while we were together. Anyways, I don't know. I've kind of just become like a whore for the time being. Like, I like to have fun, but at the same time, like, I'm still in the healing process.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, like, it's pretty nice, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I do get a little bit of attention.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. As of right now, though, it's not, like, too many people who I could really see myself being with now.
Right now, it's a little more just like the kid's on their own, but the kid's its own idea, but and someone else will kind of bring that together for you.
Want to hear some really messed up stuff, too?
Oh, yeah, no, go for it, man.
So, the ex that cheated on me, right? So before she had cheated, we had talked about, like, getting our own place together, you know, starting a family, like, you know, shit was getting pretty serious. We had been dating for, like, probably 8 months to a year, almost. And she ended up getting pregnant, not by my roommate, but by another dude while we were together.
Oh,
she's still pregnant.
So it wasn't just the one guy she was
no,
sleeping around with. Damn.
Yeah. So, taking my time to recover from that. I almost had a kid, though, about like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but my ex had a miscarriage.
Oh, okay. So, and was this ex like another one who you were like particularly close with, or?
Not really. It actually kind of happened by accident.
Okay.
I'd only known her for like probably 2 months, and I ended up moving in with her.
And then things just kind of went at their own.
Keep in mind, I was like 17. She was like 23.
Oh,
so,
okay. So this is like during the phase when you were really kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Got it. I guess continuing on with the music you make now, because that's really what's important. The now, the music now. What are some recent releases you've kind of been putting together? Like, what are you working on, man?
Like, as of right now, shit that's not dropped?
Yeah, not what's down the pipe?
I have a few new collaborations that I have actually already recorded. I'm just waiting for them to, you know, mix and master and all that, and then sent back to me. But you know, I got all that going on. This album, this next one is gonna be like completely different from my other stuff, cause my first album was like all hype stuff, which I ended up actually deleting.
And what are, just for the record, what are, could you just like name out all of your albums? Just so people know what the continuity is, kind of. Because myself, when I was going through your SoundCloud, listening to your music in preparation for this, I did have a little trouble kind of sorting out what was what. So I just wanted to like get clarity.
So if you go to my playlist, right?
Playlists, yeah.
Yeah. So it has all my singles, and it also has like all my actual like playlists I put together. So I have an album called Demons, which was my first album. And there's only one song I actually uploaded from that album right now. I ended up privating most of them.
Oh yeah, is this the hype album you were talking about?
Yeah, this is my most earlier music when I was like, I can't speak. When I was first like getting into recording.
You can take a drink if you want, man.
Oh no, I was gonna cut my words.
Just got it. You're all good.
Yeah, I was like kind of just getting like the hang of recording. Like I wasn't good at it. I didn't know how to like position myself from the mic, how far I should be, and how loud I should be. So like it came out really bad, but
yeah,
it still holds a special place in my heart because that's like the beginning of like who I am.
No, I've done some music myself, and it's like I've heard. Oh yeah, even if that early stuff isn't great, you're always like it's still like it means something to you because that's when you just like put yourself together and said I'm doing this.
Absolutely, and this was before I started talking about real shit too. That song off that album, the only song I have uploaded is probably like one of the only songs you'll hear where it's not like really authentic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And was it kind of that inauthenticity that you didn't like about that early stuff?
Yeah, I think so because I really do enjoy like putting emotions into songs. I feel like that's how you really connect with an audience. I feel like it's really nice to have songs that are like really upbeat and uplifting, but at the same time, when it's just a bunch of like nonsense, it's like I don't know.
It just doesn't feel right.
No, absolutely not. And I mean like, no disrespect to anybody who does rap about stuff like that or make music about stuff like that. Me personally, I like to put my passion behind it. My feelings. This is something that I really want to do for my life.
Yeah.
Like overall, like I'm going to sell solar panels. Like I said, that's not my main reason.
No, I mean that's the hustle you do to get you to where you want to be.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I get it. I respect it, man. So got to do one for them, one for you, right?
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. I have an album called Self-Medicated.
Self-Medicated.
And I had released this like a year later, and it's like a huge improvement. It went from like just nonsense to me actually like incorporating emotions into it.
Like so this was really when you started to formulate like what this is.
Yeah, and I mean, around the time I dropped this album, which there is a song on here dedicated to my father, which is Goodbye. I dropped it like a week after he died too.
Wow.
So yeah, it holds a very special place for me.
Yeah. And so continuing on with the chronology, what's up next?
I have a few EPs.
Oh, EPs. I love to hear about those.
I have this one called Ashes to Ashes, which one of them is only me, because I usually do all my music with my producer. We're like a collective almost. So it's like a lot of the work I don't do alone. But this is like the first song I had actually made like by myself. Like, actually like mixed and mastered it. And then he's on one of the songs on there too. But no, that was like my intro into like actually understanding like the inner workings of making the music. And
yeah, let's talk a little bit about that. What's your recording process like? Do you go to a studio or is this more of a DIY thing?
It's a little bit of both. I have been in like an actual studio twice, which I'm currently saving up to go back to a studio. But
would you want to like get an album done in the studio?
Oh yeah. Some like really professionally made. But I mean like for what I was doing and how I was recording, like some of the songs that I made is phenomenal. Cause I'll go over to my producer's crib, right?
Yeah.
Load up a random beat, won't even listen to it. and then we put it into the software, and like I'll just record over it.
Yeah.
I don't even write. I feel like that's the best way to like really speak about how you feel, is like when you just let it out.
Just go for it.
Yeah, because a lot of people they spend their time, like they spend months writing their music.
Yeah.
Which is like, I get it, you want to perfect it, I feel you, but it's like,
it's not you.
Yeah, it's not me. It's not the way I do shit.
It's just like in the moment when the iron's hot, man.
Yeah. I feel like it's a very authentic way of rapping, in my opinion, or making music in general.
Making music. Okay, that just gets down to the authenticity of it. But getting back to the catalog.
So this is actually on my producer's account. These are his songs that I was featured on, and it's another EP. It's called Buddha's Two Commandments.
Okay.
So the backstory behind the title of the EP. So my producer, he's more of like a heavy set guy, you know?
Yeah. All right.
And about like a year and a half ago, I don't know, something happened. He like shaved off all of his hair. Okay. And he looked like, Buddha. So I started calling him Buddha.
Yeah.
That's how it kind of came to be.
No, I mean, also, I think when you smoke the grass and sit and lay back, you feel a bit like the Buddha, eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One thing I can say for sure is, like, marijuana has, like, really helped me through a lot of shit.
Okay.
I mean, out of all the things I've done, like, the only reason I stuck with, smoking was it takes a lot of my, like, anxiety and depression away. I feel like it makes me a more outgoing person.
Got it. So, do you ever seek any kind of professional help, or is it more self-medication?
Self-medication.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. I was in the mental hospital like a year ago, around the time my dad died. For a suicide attempt, and my producer actually stopped me, and I ended up going to a whole psych ward for like a week. Got out. And even recently, like, I want to say like probably like 3 weeks to a month ago, I was with this girl who was drugging me in my sleep.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she would put Xanax in my mouth while I was asleep. And like, I don't know, I feel like Xanax works as like a downer for me. I mean, clearly, like, it's a sedative, but I ended up trying to attempt my life again, and I ended up going to the hospital for kidney stones. They placed me in the psych ward again for like a day. Not even a day, for like probably 6 hours, and they released me. But, I mean, ever since like I left that relationship, like I cut ties from people like that. Like,
yeah.
I've been a lot more happier in my life.
That,
really
and
nice.
when about did that happen, by the way? Just for like timelines.
Like 3 weeks to a month ago. Oh
wow. So this was recently. Okay. Yeah, I did not get the sense that this was as recent. Okay, got it.
And, I mean, like, I definitely got through my shit. And, like, I feel like it wasn't even me that was actually depressed at that point in time. I feel like it was just the Xanax taking over.
Yeah.
Because my producer had walked into the room while it was just me and her in there, and I was, like, dead asleep. And he witnessed her place, like, 2 or 3 of them in my mouth.
Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah. And he didn't stop her. I was like, bro, what? You let it happen? You walked out the room? What?
Yeah, no, right? That's bizarre. That's bizarre.
Very. Moving up the list, I have a couple of singles. I'm Over It and Broken Hearts Club, which I recorded both of those songs when I was in Wisconsin. So these are like, coming up on more of my most recent works.
Yeah, alright.
There's one called For You, which is another one about substance abuse, and like, after one of my exes had done me really dirty, like I fell so deep into the substances again. It was bad. And there's a certain line in that song that my producer had wrote and recorded, and he goes, "I take 1, I take 2, I take 3 for you," and he's talking about Percocets.
Yeah. Got it. And one of the other more the recent one that I think I listened to the most, am I saying it right? The Selective?
No, it's that's the group's name.
Oh, okay.
It's actually called Are Made by Geniuses.
Oh yeah, okay. I was very curious about that. Could you give me some backstory there?
Like I said, it was just something I was feeling in the moment. You know, I went over to my producer's house, we recorded it, whatever, made some minor adjustments to it, you know, just changed up some things. No, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Okay, so that's just a one-off kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, is there like any like lyrics in particular that you had questions about?
No real lyrics in particular. I just wanted, because myself personally, I think the fun of music is really not necessarily making it, but letting people assign their own meaning to it.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
get
for
something
sure.
out of it.
You know, any kind of art, and this goes for anything, you know, painting, drawing, music, you know, whatever
like
you do,
movies,
collages,
TV,
you know,
whatever the hell.
It's all up for interpretation.
Shitty YouTube videos.
I wouldn't call it shitty. I think they're actually
well,
pretty,
thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
But,
and you're not too shabby yourself, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like, you know, those artists who do, like, try and tell people, like, what the song is actually about, it's like, you know, I get, like, you know, it has a certain meaning for you, but, like, when they try and push it onto the audience, like, no, you're wrong, this isn't what it means, it's like, it's not how it's supposed to be.
No, it's like, you're taking the fun out of it, man. And I guess, starting to wind down, and this may be a big ask, are you any good at freestyling?
Man, I am. I could try.
Would you like to try on camera?
My voice is a little messed up though, but yeah, I got you.
All right. Your choice of beat or mine, whatever you're feeling.
Un momento, por favor.
Right now, we are waiting for Husky to give us a hopefully good freestyle.
Let me find a good beat.
All right, cool. And if you can't find one, I do have one in my back pocket, but I get if that's a little too much.
This one sounds. Yeah, I'm off the shit, bitch, I'm busting the clip. I let her rip, that bitch be a sim, oh well, shit. I'ma fuck that bitch and dick, you ain't shit, yeah, feel like Juice WRLD off the rip, yeah, this shit, nah, I wasn't with it.
Not with it? Well, thank you so much for the attempt, though.
Yeah, I laid down some bars.
Yeah, no, there were some bars in there, my man. And I guess starting to get to a close, do you have anything you want to plug? Anything you got to get out there to the people? Where can people find you?
If you go to SoundCloud and look up The Selective with the name Husky, HV $KY, you can find my music there. You can go to my Instagram, which is HVSK_Y. Just for like promotions and stuff. I mean, I am gonna try and like start getting into selling merchandise and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I think would be cool. You know,
like, what does the ideal Husky merchandise look like?
So something we already have in the works actually, and we had some stuff actually done. You know, we had a couple of like 3 hats made for the members of the group.
Yeah.
So we have these hats that say The Selective on the front, and then on the back, it has the name of, you know, the certain rapper you want it to be from the collective.
Yeah.
And we each have our own different colors. Like mine's black, my friend Warren's is red, and then my producer's is white. Got it. I mean, you can pick from any 3 of those colors, and whichever one you get, it's gonna have the name of that artist on it. Oh yeah. Oh, I see the idea. That's pretty cool. Which I feel like is actually, you know, pretty intriguing. And it's not like, you know, like a marketing thing for me. It's more along the lines of like, I've always been really big into fashion. I mean, more recently than like in the past. Yeah, okay. I mean, what I'm wearing clearly doesn't show it right now, but
hey, I mean, to be fair, it was just
like I said, I just dropped some heavy cash at the mall.
Yeah, oh yeah. Tell us about your mall spendings.
So I had a few people, hit me up who just wanted, to do something nice for me, I guess. But, I'm very appreciative, grateful for it. Except for my ex that was dragging me. She was one of the people who took me shopping.
Yeah, don't fuck with her, no.
Anyways, I ended up spending about like probably $2,000 to $3,000 at the mall on like shoes, pants, hoodies, shirts.
Notably of other people's money.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
It sounds so bad. I promise I'm not a shitty person.
No, we're not doing any credit card fraud, IRS.
No.
Yeah. All right. Well, and I guess lastly, do you just have anything else you want to get out there? Like any final things?
I mean,
we might have
to be honest with you, for anybody, who's watching this, don't be afraid to do what you enjoy doing, Because, like, you don't know if it'll pan out if you don't try. Like, where I'm at right now, I never imagined I would get this far when I first, like, actually started recording, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling, from, like, not knowing anybody in this scene at all to, making all these new connections.
And you got you've got that. You've got, even if people you're going through stuff right now, you're not going to be going through stuff forever.
And it's very, very, like, surreal to me, I guess, It's like, wow, this could actually happen. Like, I could actually do what I love to do. And, like, be able to do it whenever I want.
Yeah, getting a phone call.
Yeah. I'll call him back in a minute, actually. Let's finish this.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming out, Derek.
Of course, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And Derek's socials are in the description. Check him out. Peace the fuck out. Thank you to Wyatt for hosting us.
And then here's your gift for coming, a nice belt buckle.
Oh yes.
Thank you.
Show us the belt buckle.
I know, I see you wearing a lot of belts in your Instagram posts.
Yeah, it's because all the pants I get are like skinny jeans, but I have like really small legs and I'm very insecure about them, so I get like a size up.
Hopefully those new expensive ones fit you better.
Not habitual, guys. It happens.
I swear.